Because, real estate can be brutal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week sometimes. Yep. And you spend lots of time with people that you don't really know. But by the end, you get to really know them and they all know, oh, she sells real estate without having to be super aggressive about it. I feel like the people that you really connect with, those are easy transactions. So, and they were great people. I want to be able to give everybody like personalized service. Like I want to be able to manage it and I want to know what's going on through all aspects of the transaction. And if I have to step in and talk to a lender, deal with the other agent, that sort of thing, I want to be able to be hands-on. And I want my buyers or sellers to know that I am doing that and that, I'm invested in this transaction as well.
There are over 1.5 million real estate agents in the US. 87% of agents fail within the first 5 years. I sit down with the top percentile of agents that are killing it in this market right now. We're here to showcase, explain, and most importantly, decode the secrets that have propelled them to the top. What fuels their success? How are they turning their dreams into reality? Get ready, buckle up. This is the Agents with Grit podcast. All right, so today on the show, I have Julie Hribar. Did I pronounce that last name right?
It's Hribar.
Hribar, okay. Do a lot of people butcher it?
Oh, yes. You actually did pretty good, so.
Yeah, and the H is silent, right? I mean, it's not Hribar.
Exactly.
Or Hribar.
Yeah.
So I know, I'm glad to have you because you're obviously killing it and doing very well and have been very successful in the business. I read that, from the data that I pulled, it looks like you've had, give or take, about, is it 8 or 9 closings over the last 12 months?
Oh, no. I think I'm at like 20.
Oh, 20. Oh my God. Okay.
Yep.
So you're double that. So you're really kicking ass then. Okay.
Yeah.
And is it just you that's ultimately selling these deals, or do you have a team or a brokerage?
So I am on a team, but it's not a traditional team. It's just kind of like we're all close colleagues. And I work for Berkshire Hathaway. So
awesome. Okay.
Yep.
So before we kind of dive into like how this production came about, I want to like get to know you. And I usually ask this it's kind of a deep question, but like, where would you say your drive for success like started? Like, where's it come from?
Well, I've always just been goal oriented. I saw my parents growing up. They both went to college with 4 kids and, had great careers. And then when, let's see here, after college for me, I did a bunch of different things and nothing was really exciting, interesting. So I stayed at home with my kids. And then when I started to go back to work, my husband and I talked about it and said, let's try real estate. And it's really my family, my working has allowed us some great vacations, helps pay for college. So it's been a blessing because it also allows me that flexibility.
So your family is really to the core, like, hey, I want to provide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're my number one.
Did you grow up having that dynamic with your family? Like you saw your mom and dad worked hard? Like, is that where?
My parents worked really hard. And so there was never a question that I wasn't going to work hard when I got out into the world. And and I feel really, because, real estate can be brutal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week sometimes. And my kids and my husband, we are able to spend some family time together, go on fantastic vacations, again, it helped pay for college. So it's great.
So did you just kind of stumble upon the business? I know you mentioned you were doing other things prior.
Yeah.
And your husband said, hey, Julie, let's try real estate. Like, why not?
Yes. So he wanted to buy some investment properties. So we started buying investment properties. Kind of just snowballed from there. So
really, and talk to me, like, was it easy from the start? Like when you?
Oh my gosh, no. So actually, when I first started, we had just moved to the Kalamazoo area,
Okay.
and so I knew no one, and so I started from nothing really when we moved here. I mean, if I would have stayed over in the Metro Detroit area, my mom is one of 12 kids. I have tons and tons of cousins and tons of family over there, and I think probably could have been easier if I would have just stayed there. But we moved for my husband's job, and yeah, so the first couple of years, I only did a few transactions, but really, I didn't want to be super busy and running around like a crazy person. So I just started selling real estate, and then just as we got to know people and our network grew a little bit, my business started growing, and I've just
So
kind of
how did you get that first like couple deals? Were you cold calling? Like how was it? You're brand new to an area, like
Yeah, no, so some of it was just in office. They were kind of leads that would come in from the office. So I did some of those. I did some advertising on Zillow. I did some sending out mailers, that kind of thing. Open houses. So
Okay. And you said within about a couple years, you were just kind of, it
yeah,
wasn't the main
probably
hustle, right?
year 5, I think I probably started having like double digit transactions. So you started seeing, you were getting some return on your investment for sure.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
So for you to like have, I guess, not that much success that quickly, like what kept you into the business? Did you kind of see like, hey, if I put in more effort or if I do this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and if the statistics say like most, drop out within the first year, first 3 years, that sort of thing. That's kind of how I thought. I'm like, you know what? If I stick to it and I, put in the effort and put in the time, I know it will come back to me. And it did. It really did. And at that time, then we started having a friend group, and we started, I got to know a lot of people at the schools and that sort of thing. And that's where my success came from.
Okay. So you built that community, like because I know I have kids too. I got a daughter who's going to be 8 years old, and going to be a
Yeah.
2 year old, and I'm very involved in their schools. Like, so I'm really networking. I'm meeting a lot of people. They have this popcorn day,
Oh,
that
yeah.
I
I
do.
did that too. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Did
So,
popcorn day. I did, I was part of the PTA. I was, I wasn't really always the coach. My husband maybe would coach, and I would be like the team mom and organizing. So I was always talking to a lot of the parents and organizing when people would bring snacks and setting out the schedules, that sort of thing. Yeah.
so how did the conversation come about with these parents? Like, hey, I'm in real estate. If you need somebody, like, did it casually come in? What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not one always to be like right in people's faces, like, "Hey, I sell real estate." That's probably a downfall. But yeah, no, just conversation, sitting there watching, softball, soccer, whatever it was. Yeah, just getting to know people. You spend a lot of time with people when you're sitting in the ball field. So
Yeah. I played travel ball growing up, so I know
oh, yeah.
your parents are hanging out, your summers are bombarded, you're at the hotels all weekend.
Yep. And you spend lots of time with people that you don't really know. But by the end, you get to really know them, and they all know, oh, she sells real estate, without having to be super aggressive about it.
So organically, your
Oh,
business kind of just, and
yeah.
it's just referrals. Was there any sort of tipping point where, you know, you really didn't put any ads out, did you? It's just friends and referrals.
Yeah, no, I mean, I always tried here and there. Like I said, I tried Zillow for a minute. I, paid like to run Facebook ads. I've run, there was like some kind of program, I think through Berkshire. I can't remember what it was, but they were like retargeted ads. So it would like show my picture and my information for people in the area. And I never seemed to see really a lot of results from that. So I did a lot of
Hmm.
open houses, a lot of open houses. And I
Okay.
still do. I still try to.
Yeah. And I know, so is most of your business on the buy side for this year or the listing side? Can you talk
Mostly
about that? Or?
listings. Yeah, mostly
Wow.
listings.
Okay.
And that a lot of my business, when I was looking back, kind of a lot of my business this year has been referrals. And like there's referrals of people that I've known in the community, but also there's some Facebook groups that I'm a part of for the moms that are in the area, the school system that my kids are in, and a lot of people go on there anonymously and ask for oh, does anyone know a realtor? And I've actually the one transaction that I had that I got from this Facebook page was they were selling 2 houses and buying one. It was like $1 million worth of business. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And you already have that like instant kind of brand, like they trust you because you're part of this group, right?
Oh,
And
yeah. Yep.
they know.
Yep.
Okay.
They know that my
Did you
kids
have
work.
mutual?
Yes, we did have mutual friends. Yep. So once they recognized who I was, then there was even more connection. So.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge leg up versus any competition just going on a
Yeah,
Google
for
search
sure.
and people, right?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So just a matter of referrals and like Facebook. Do you post on Facebook?
I do. Yeah, I make like CapCut videos and that sort of thing. I'm not in front of the camera, but yeah, no, I do. With the listings that I have, and when I'm doing open houses, that sort of thing.
Has that led to any results that you're maybe aware of, or?
Nothing that I can connect to, but I just keep
Okay.
doing it. Eventually something might come. You never know. And maybe people see what I post, and then like when I connect with them on those Facebook pages, I'm not sure, can't connect it, but I would think I put enough stuff out there.
Right. It builds credibility potentially,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So your phone is just, I mean, month in, month out with having 20 closings over in a, somewhat down period. Like
Mm-hmm.
majority of it is like friends of friends or
Yeah.
referrals that have
Yep.
heard of you.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not been advertising on Zillow or advertising, paying a lot for Facebook ads or anything like that. No, not now. It's not for sure.
mhm.
I had
Okay.
another one. I did a open house for a listing I just closed on, but a family came through, and again, they had 2 sales and a buy, so it was like almost another $1 million worth of business. So just connecting with the right people, and I feel like the people that you really connect with, those are easy transactions. So, and they
Yeah.
were great people.
Right. They say people want to do business with people they like, right?
Yes,
And friends.
yeah, yep, exactly. And I would consider like actually both groups of those people friends now. I mean, we spend so much
Wow.
time together. So,
Yeah. So you've basically, I mean, in a way, you've made a name for yourself, not only in, I know you're personally in Richland, right? Here in
I am.
Richland,
Yep.
Michigan.
Yep.
And I know you've done some business out of like Battle Creek and Kalamazoo as well, right?
Yep. Yep. That's kind of the surrounding area, the
Okay.
main geographical areas.
Amazing. Okay. That's awesome. So, I mean, you've really built a brand and, now this kind of network is just seems like it's growing and growing and there's more and more people that obviously trust you. Like what would you say is next? I mean, you've had 20 closings. Like, do you feel like you're getting too big where you have to bring on some more agents or like what?
No, well, like I said, I am part of a team, but we're kind of, it's not like a team in a true sense. There's 6 of us, but we're very independent and we all kind of do our own thing. But we rely on each other for, if we have questions or need help or that sort of thing. But I don't see myself, maybe I get a transaction coordinator, but I don't think right now that I'm gonna, bring anybody on, that sort of thing. I don't know if I want to get that busy or that big, I
Got it.
guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because I want to be able
Are
to,
the
give
yeah,
everybody
and
like personalized service. Like I want to be able to manage it and I want to know what's going on through all aspects of the transaction. And if I have to step in and talk to a lender or talk, deal with the other agent, that sort of thing. I want to be able to be hands-on, and, you know, I want my buyers or sellers to know that I am doing that, and that, you know, I'm invested in this transaction as well. And I care about the, you know, the sale.
Mm-hmm. Providing the best overall experience.
Yes.
Right. With your clients. Okay.
Yep.
And what kind of struggles would you say you've faced this year?
Oh, you know, I mean, the normal things that happen, I guess, when you work with a lot of different people, everybody's not always going to continually work with you. I had a client, I worked with her and her parents, and we were trying to get something for her. And I went on vacation, and then she went and bought something with another agent. You know, so that's really frustrating because I take it to heart, and it's, you know, like, well, what could I have done better? What did I do wrong? And I hyper evaluate it, like, well, how do I fix it? But again, not everybody always wants to work with you for whatever reason. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like you actually, it's a good thing, but it's also probably a bad thing with being so hard on yourself and being, you know, in a way negative about it, but you're also trying to understand, like, what could I have done so next time this doesn't happen again?
Yes. Yep. It's like one of those fine lines. Like, I never know, should I tell people I'm going on vacation, or should I just, you know, go on vacation? But then this time I think it backfired on me. So.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, 20 closings though. How do you manage the time? Like, what, do you still have kids that are like in school, or
I have one high schooler. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So not as much activity, right? Like baseball games going on, or
no, not quite as busy with the raising of the kids. You know, it's been kind of crazy at times this year, like trying to make sure I'm like getting everything done and keeping, you know, everything organized and all of that. But you know, and there's been a lot of times where I feel like, dang, all I've done is work, but it's rewarding and I like it. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't keep doing it. So, you know, I feel really lucky because it's not that I didn't think I would ever get to this level or this, you know, this success, but it's still surprising. Like, I knew I could do it, and it's rewarding now that I am doing it. Mm-hmm. So, and all the years that I didn't make that much money, I feel like, you know, it's paid off, the hard work, and, you know, I stuck to it because it isn't an easy business when you go, you know, from 3 transactions, then you close 20 transactions, then you close 5 transactions. You can get frustrated and, you know, start to wonder, well, should I still be doing this? But my husband really supports me, and he's like, you know, if you fell below this income level, maybe we wouldn't have you do it anymore. But if you as long as you're making that much money, that's fine. So,
yeah, your support system was really there from the start.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. I feel lucky with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you find a lot of people that just run out of money, right? And they're forced to get a job, and you know, you're
manage a job, and then this, and one of the women on my team, she's a high school counselor, and tries to sell real estate. I'm like, and she has 3 kids. I'm like, I don't know how you do that, because there are times that's all it feels like you're doing is selling real estate. So, but yeah.
Amazing. Well, how can anybody connect with you? I know we have listeners that are real estate agents that obviously want to be in your position and, you know, grind and, you know, and obviously help more clients and be where you're at with 20 closings a year, you know, and what's a way that we can get a hold of you?
Oh, what do you mean? Like calling me or emailing me?
Yeah. I mean, do you have social media? Is there...
oh yeah, my name is. I pretty much post on my Facebook page, personal Facebook page, which is Julie Hribar, or no, it's Julie Kerner Hribar.
Kerner Hribar. Okay.
Yep, and then or just anyone can always shoot me a text. I'm always available by phone. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And mostly you mentioned Grand Rapids, or I'm sorry, not Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo area, Battle Creek and Richland is the surrounding areas that you
Yep.
have been catering to.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I want to thank you again, Julie, for obviously being a part of the podcast. And for all our listeners out there, I know you can find us on social media at Agents with Grit. And Julie, I appreciate you being on the show, and thank you so much.
Thanks, Brad. It was nice talking to you.
You too.